And this week on the podcast, the one and only DREYA V.
And when I say writer's block, I mean like I'm still writing a bunch of music. I just cannot be satisfied with anything. I've had to say no more than ever this past year.
It's so powerful to go, no, I'm worth more than that, or no, that doesn't align with me.
This career, you're always looking forward, looking what's next. It's almost hard to just sit in your own accomplishments.
Before we start, there's a question for you. Are you trying to get your music on more playlists? If the question is yes, then carry on listening. Songstats have just made that way easier. They've got this new tool called Playlist Check, where you can pretty much see how any playlist is performing. And it even grabs the curator's contact details, which is game changing for all of us. Like, this is amazing. When they told me about this, I was like, wow, this is sick. On top of that, they've teamed up with Submit Hub, Groover, Daily Playlist, Song Rocket, and loads more, which pretty much just allows you to submit your music to any playlist in the world, which is game changing. And the best part of this, you can get 10% off subscription for life using the code word Will Clarke, or just hit the link in the description. If you want your music heard by more people, which we all want, you need to get involved. Songstats, code word Will Clarke, or hit the link in the description. Peace. Now time for the episode. I actually have to turn my fan off because it's fucking ridiculously hot in the UK right now.
Oh, dang. And now you're going to turn your fan off?
I'm just going to be a sweaty mess.
Yes. You'll have it. It'll be like a Beacon podcast for you.
Taking clothes off like each 10 minutes because it's fucking awful out here.
Oh my God.
We just don't do heat well. Like we don't have AC in our houses. So
it seems like wait, really? Is that the majority?
No, like 99.9% of people don't have AC in their house. Yeah.
Sounds lovely. What
it's
the
wonderful.
Hell? We're over here just like blasting AC when it's like 60 degrees outside. Our parents are like, turn the AC off.
Literally. Like, yeah, it's pretty warm at the moment, but I don't know why we don't now, because it's like we have like a good fair few months on and off where it gets hot now.
What's like hot for you guys too?
Like yesterday was 30 Celsius.
Fahrenheit.
30 C to you fucking Americans. 86.
Bro.
Yeah, but like you got to think that we're like not used to anything most of the year. It's a level like
it's just gray there.
Like
you guys are in your.
It's a solid 50 Fahrenheit most of the year.
All right, word. Yeah, you guys don't have too many factors pushing you over the edge, getting you uncomfortable. It's funny, dude. It gets 110 here sometimes where I live.
Yeah, fuck that. You're like in the sticks though, right?
I live in the mountains. Yeah, I live in the mountains, and people are like, "Oh, it's the mountains, so it doesn't get hot." It gets hot. I'm right at the snow level line, and it still gets so hot in the summer. It's crazy, but it's dry heat.
I saw your video, like it was your stories maybe like a month or two ago when you landed and then your car broke down and it was snowing.
Dude, I've had some serious car like travel issues. My life could be like a sad comedy sometimes with the things I deal with. Like,
why don't you do like a vlog?
I should, honestly. Like, I was just posting everything on Instagram, and then my management was like, maybe we settle down a little. No, I'm serious. And I was like, okay, well, I thought it was fun. I'll definitely get back to like posting a bunch of things right now. I think I'm just letting the dust settle with the rebrand, you know?
It would be like DREYA V, the drama queen. Just like
Diva V, drama queen.
Drama V.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why did you choose to live in the sticks? Like I get it, but why? Like especially in America, because the American sticks are different to English sticks.
I don't know if I've told you this story, but yeah, me and my husband used to be full-on weed growers.
Okay.
So
that makes sense.
we lived in Mendocino. Yes, it makes sense for me. It does. We used to live in Mendocino County, literally on a 300 like a 100-acre permaculture farm in the middle of nowhere. And then we decided, well, we want to be a little more near civilization, and we started looking for places, and this place called Murphy's popped up. And yeah, we got a property here, and we were growing weed here for probably 4 years before it like got banned. It was funny. The county like put in their newspaper like, oh, we're like welcoming like future cannabis growers because we're becoming legal in California. And that was just like they set like a wildfire off to every grower. Like people from Israel were coming to buy property here.
Wow.
And so it's kind of a conservative place, and they got like really freaked out. And so they put a ban on it within like 2 years. But that's what we came here for. And we got really lucky. Houses were like really cheap back then out here. We're in the woods, you know? And it's really beautiful. I'm only an hour and a half from Sacramento Airport. It's like a sanctuary out here. It's not too bad. And dude, I don't deal with traffic. It's like just country roads. So I just go like 80 miles on the fucking country roads, book it. It's really not that bad. Like I've stayed in LA with my friends who live 20 minutes from LAX, and it's like an hour and 15 in Denver sometimes. So
I can't with LA. I can't.
Yeah. It's funny. I like it and I don't. It's like I like the hustle and bustle because I'm out here, you know, where it's just like birds chirping all the time. And I feel like I get inspiration from the city life. So I take it all in, and then I come back here to my sanctuary.
I get that. Like I love LA for what it has given me. Like I'd say one of my biggest like fan bases is in LA, and like most of my music is like in my Dirty Bird days, it kind of came through LA, and I've lived in LA and all of that. But like,
how long were you in LA?
Not long, like 4 months max. Like,
oh, you're like, I'm out.
I did not last long. So no, it was weird because when I first started touring, it was like I was still living in the UK, and I was like, how do I do this the most cost-effective way, rather than like, because I would have like a 3-4 month tour. And rather than flying back and forth every week, like I couldn't afford to fly back and forth every weekend.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So it was like, okay, well, I need to get a place rather than have like hotels and do that and sleep on people's couches. So I used to rent places in different cities.
Totally.
But I could probably live there if somebody was like, you need to like work. Like I can be very productive in LA. Like
you would not choose to, but
fuck no. It's Oh, I don't know.
Convenience is nice. I like the convenience. Like
I don't think it's convenient. It's not convenient. LA is not convenient.
It's a good point you put that, but like you can get DoorDash to your food or to your
who wants fucking
food
DoorDash?
to your door. When I live out here, I'm kind of like,
don't be so lazy. Just fucking cook.
Bro, I cook all the time. I'm like, a little curry delivered to my door could be nice.
So American.
I want my DoorDash. I want my AC pumping when it's 60 degrees outside.
And I want a fucking liter of coffee every morning from Starbucks.
Bro, exactly. I stopped with the Starbucks. I'm pretty proud of myself. Starbucks is like 20 minutes away from me, so I can't even do it. I had to make my coffee anyways.
When I lived in Detroit, I had like a daily routine of driving to go get boba after like I've done.
Oh yeah, you do love boba. Boba's so good. I love boba too.
I've stopped having the boba though. I just have the tea now.
Why?
I went on like a bit of a diet. Like me and my girlfriend went on like a cut maybe.
Was the diet pushing you over?
It was just like the boba was just like, oh, I just don't need those calories.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get like elite fit and healthy right now on this time.
I feel like you are though.
I'm really
You're always in the gym with your like little fucking rubber shoe feet things on. The hell are those, man?
Like I train a lot. Do you train?
I used to, but my shoulder,
big gulp of coffee.
Yes, it's the morning over
I
here.
heard
It
that
is.
loud and
Yeah.
clear on the microphone. It was beautiful.
Oh, yes. Love my coffee. It's a problem.
AMSR. Is it
Yes.
AMSR?
Yeah, ASMR.
ASMR?
ASMR, I believe
Yeah,
so, which
yeah.
don't think I'm a weirdo, but I
Do you
kind of
listen to
like
it?
it. Really
Really?
like it.
You
Yeah.
absolute freak.
I like it. Especially after my gigs. Dude, my brain will be buzzing and I'll just go on TikTok live and these weirdos will just be like, and something about it, my brain starts to get fuzzy. Like, I don't know what it is. And I'm just like,
fall asleep.
yeah.
Post shows always really hard, right? Like,
It is.
what?
Can be for sure.
Like, do you have like a routine?
Yeah, shower, do my best to take off my makeup, try not to go on my phone, and then try not to cycle through the entire night. That's my routine. It's just like I try to just stay calm. If I have an early flight, it's pretty much impossible for me to fall asleep. I have like the never-ending angst in there that's just like, don't miss your flight. Oh my god, what if you sleep through the alarm? Like, like, you know, I don't really have much of a routine besides just like trying to do like some breathing exercises.
Have you ever missed a flight?
I have not yet. I have not actually. Yes,
It's the worst feeling, isn't it?
I did. Oh my god, I fully did at Miami Music Week. Okay,
Makes sense.
so so I didn't know, and this makes total sense now that it's happened. I didn't know if you don't show up for your first flight, they just immediately cancel your return flight. And so I bought a flight to go to Miami Music Week, and then I was like, you know what, I want to show up earlier, and I got like a cheap one off Expedia, so I just bought another one. To show up a few days later. And then going home, I got like a message, your flight's been canceled. And I had completely lost my voice. Like
I remember that actually.
completely,
I do remember
completely. Like it was just, and so I had to have my friend Clarissa like talking to the like service people for me. They're like, yes, she lost her flight. We don't know what's going on. And then it was kind of like mayhem for me because I had to talk to so many people and I was just like,
Yeah.
That was the first time I missed a flight.
Missing flights is the worst feeling ever. I've done it once and touch wood, never again.
Yeah.
It's just awful.
Yeah, the hangover anxiety is just like already like fully in you, and then you like see that and you're like,
Oh, I wasn't even hungover. That was the thing. Like I don't drink, do I? It's just like,
oh yeah, you don't.
I just I thought I could get an hour nap in.
You thought.
I failed.
Yeah.
You just feel like an absolute idiot.
Yeah, no, it was not a good feeling, especially when you're like, now I had to pay like, I think I had to buy like a $700, almost $800 return flight home because it was the day of.
Yeah. And from Miami during Miami Music Week is like the worst.
Yeah. I was just like so beside myself that.
So talk to me. DREYA V.
DREYA V. Yes.
What's
yeah, dude.
Tell me. Like new branding. Anybody that listened, you had a previous name, which we can talk about, or we don't have to.
Yeah, we can totally talk about. That's fine. I don't care.
I want to get into why.
Yeah. Honestly, dude, I was feeling it for a while. I mean, like I've been DJing for almost 10 years now, and the name, like my old name, Miss DRE, I don't care if people know. Yeah. I think it's fine. That like came out of like a nickname from like working and bartending at a restaurant, and it was cute, you know. People would be like, "What's up, Miss DRE?" And then I started DJing, and I was like, "Well, what's my name gonna be?" You know? Yeah. And I was like, "Well, people call me Miss DRE, like that works." And it served its time, its purpose. It was cute for me then, but it was like I was learning how to produce. I was learning about the artist I wanted to be. Like it was the catalyst for me learning the kind of artist I wanted to be, and I was so young and, maybe didn't have like full awareness of what kind of brand I wanted to have, like perception wise, and as you get older, wants change, things evolve, this desires change, like, I mean, my sound has just done a 180 completely. And it's just like things I used to like then, I'm just like, ugh, things I used to make. I mean, mind you, I was learning how to produce. So things that I was making was just kind of like, I listen to it now, it's like, it's empty music to me. And I hope that doesn't offend anyone that still listens to my old stuff and likes it. If you love it, thank you, but like for me it's just I don't resonate with it anymore, and so I just felt like I wanted a clean slate and a clean perception slate, because for people can grow out of a brand and still keep the name, but also for me the big thing was I just really didn't identify with the name. Like for me, it just was a bit amateur to me. I just didn't identify with it anymore, and I wanted something a bit more timeless and a bit like maybe a little more mystique, especially for the music I'm making. And so that was a big part of it, and there's also just there's so many there's so many misses on a festival lineup now, dude. Like, I'm sorry, but I just didn't want to be in that category anymore, and I hate to say it, but there's like some questionable miss this, and I'm just like, bro, I'm not in that. I'm out. Like, I don't want to be in that category. Like,
it's really interesting, isn't it? Because like I think branding, maybe when you first started 10 years ago, it wasn't really a thing.
It wasn't. And I was thinking about this morning. It was not such like, yes, but not as much as it like you're like you have to be like your own Nike, your own Vans. Like you have to be so encapsulated of like what you are. And it's kind of entrapping in some ways, but it's just what the scene has become.
Yeah.
And I learned that, like, I started realizing that 3 years ago, and that's kind of when I wanted to change my name. And so I was just like, you know what, like, I need a fresh slate. So that was kind of the biggest thing. It was mainly just like I wanted to change the name and have this new perception of me. And it's like, I think a lot of people don't know what the brand is yet because I haven't given that to them. Like, oh, it's this,
Well, I think it's also working that out for yourself as well, right? It takes
time.
It
is. Exactly. It's like, it's going to evolve, and it's like, I don't also just right yet this moment want to be like, oh, this is what it is, because I'm sure next year, even a year from now, I'm going to be like, oh, well, like I'm slightly changing, I'm slightly evolving, so.
Well, I think, yeah, sounds change. You evolve as a human being, you evolve as an artist. Like you get better at doing things, you get worse at doing other things. And I think realistically, I think DREYA V is the consistent thing across the brand, and that's the name, right? And then how you present that is just differently, is how you tell the story to the people that are following you.
Right, exactly. And yeah, it feels good. Like I remember when we had our phone call, I was in the airport and I was just like kind of having like a career crisis of like, bro, what the fuck am I doing? Like I feel like I'm putting the work in, doing all this stuff. And we were just talking about like brand identity and like what I want to be. And it was like I was already feeling all these things of like wanting to change my name. And then we were talking about my name, and I was like, okay, you agree with that? And like after we hung up, I knew, I was like, I have to rebrand. It's like I have to do it now. It's now or never, and it seemed crazy at that time because I had like some wins, with like my Nasty remix and like getting like a record signed to Aeterna and just like gaining like some traction and like making good relationships and friends with like Inspirations, And so I was like, at the moment I was like, oh my God, this seems like crazy to just like now all of a sudden like bye to that. But I was like, you know what? I was like, no, I think it's the perfect time. And so
the thing is the wins, like we could say that about anything. Like literally you can kind of put an excuse to everything and go, oh no, now's not the right time. Now's not the right time. Like we'll do this next year, or we'll do this when I sign a record to this label, etc., etc. But it's like, if that's what you're feeling in the time, it's like you just have to stop.
Yeah, for sure.
What was the process
Absolutely.
like? I want to, like, obviously new management as well. Like
Yeah.
I want to talk about that before we talk about the management side of like, but I want to talk about the process of like rebranding and what a rebrand kind of, how you started that kind of concept with your team.
Yeah, it was funny because it was very nerve-wracking to me because I got the new management and then we had our phone call, which was just which I'm very grateful for because I was actually like the aha moment for me because I was feeling all these things after we talked. I was like, I have to fucking do this. Like this is what I have to do. And so having to communicate that to this brand new management who took me on as this other artist, it was quite daunting, especially because you're just starting this process of building trust with these people and putting trust in people that you just started working with to do something as big as a rebrand is daunting. But I really appreciate these people. I really trusted them. They're great. I'm with Aida now, and I was like, if I can't do it with these guys, who can I do it with? And so it was daunting, but it was definitely like a moment of building trust with each other. Telling them that though, it was like I was like, oh my god, so nervous, but I was like, I have to speak my truth. And I was like, you guys, I have this crazy idea I want to present to you. You let me know how you feel about it. But they were like, we love it. We're like, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Because I just told them how I felt about the name and how I want to be perceived. And just, like, I just want that clean slate. And they're like, we're really happy you told us now instead of like a year later.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Because we're just like, everything's starting now. We can like put like our 2 cents into this and like really build together. And so I was like, once I heard them say that, I was just like, okay, whew, love it. And
Well, I think if you look at that team, like what they've done with Noizu, what they did with Don Bresky, what they've done with Fish, like also with Chris, like they actually understand rebranding and what it takes to rebrand and take it from there. Okay, so you tell the management, then what?
Yeah, and then we try and decide like styling wise, like how do I want to be perceived? And it's like it sounds really vague and like, or not vague, but like surface level, like, oh, fashion and whatever. But it's like that's
so important.
What people are looking at nowadays, which is like so annoying, but it's like that is the first thing people see, promoters see, booking agency, like it's the first thing. What's your style? What's your aesthetic? How are we being perceived on Instagram?
How many followers you have? Like it's actually
it's
music
like
last.
I was about to say that. It's everything else. And then it's like, okay, do you have some music? Yeah. it's that. And so
do you think that's more of a female thing?
Honestly, I was thinking that the other day, and I do kind of feel like that.
Yeah.
I do feel like I have to how do I say this in like an eloquent way?
Like you don't have to be eloquent.
I think guys can get away more with being themselves, being unhinged, being reckless, goofballs, whatever. And promoters are going to be like, oh, that's fine, And then, like me, mind you, I do feel like I became a caricature of myself with my Miss DRE brand because, me, I'm really silly. I'm really light. I'm like,
well, we spoke about that, right?
I'm not a serious person, but I want to be taken seriously. And so that was kind of also another thing with the rebrand. I see so many women just like kind of putting out this like mystique vibe, more sexy vibe, and like maybe a little more reserved. Like I'm trying to think of someone like Mary Droppins is like truly fully herself and like I think is able to be whoever she wants to be. And I'm not saying these women can't be who they want to be. And this is just my perception. Maybe they'll see this and be like, that's so wrong. I just don't really see women who are successful in the scene getting away with being like silly goofballs, if that's the way to say it, you know? Like you see like Odd Mob, Dom Dolla, John Summit, even Max Styler, they're being like silly, not super serious. And like Max is in like a very like serious territory of like deep underground cuts, you know, and is like still putting out like being funny and whatever. And like sometimes I like I'm like, geez, like, are people not gonna take me seriously because I'm a female and I want to be like a little silly, a little funny? Are you just looking at my aesthetic and my fashion like style? You know, I'm like, I'm more than that. And it's I do feel that way. It's interesting.
We live in a really strange world. I think it's also that introductory to things, right? Of like, if somebody knows your music before they know you, before they know what you look like, and before, I think it's an easier sell generally, if you know what I mean. Like, I think it's like, okay, cool, yeah, like I've heard this person's music. Let me go check them out. Oh, okay, cool. It all makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Or like whatever it is, they make great music. But I think nowadays it's this fine line of like, sadly, sex sells still.
It does.
And I don't agree with it, if you know what I mean. I
Yeah.
don't see it. I don't know how it can change. But also there are plenty of people that are very successful that don't sell it, if you know what I mean, that aren't that.
Yeah, for
kind
sure.
of, I think it's also, especially in the maybe the American scene. I don't know if I think it is worldwide. Like it's kind of the forefront.
Sex sells worldwide, bro.
Worldwide, everything. No, but I'm just talking about the DJ scene, like specifically. Yeah. Is like, I'm just trying to think, is it the same in Europe? But it is. It's just,
you would know better than I would. But yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting territories, especially rebranding. And now I have this clean slate, and it's like, okay, well, how much personality do I show? Like, I don't want to become this just like, you guys, I have a secret. I'm not Mystique.
Yeah. but also there's always something cool about being slightly more mysterious. Like for me, like growing up, it was like you never could DM the DJs. You could never like be in touch with, like, there was never podcasts like this.
Yeah.
Like you didn't really know anything about the artists.
Yeah.
And like then you had the whole masked DJs as well, which was like even more of a mystique around who they are and what they are. And let's say, for instance, when like Sheba, like even with Sheba San, like when he first started and kind of blew up on scene, he wouldn't do a single interview. He wouldn't put pictures anywhere of him. No one knows how old he is. Like he doesn't, like there's a lot of mysteriousness about him still to a certain extent. And I think sometimes that actually helps build a persona of like, who the fuck is this person, right? Like, do we need to share everything? Do we need to, can our artist project be actually not us?
Yeah, it's not really like a shut off for me. And it's like finding the middle ground of like, okay, how much do like I incorporate like the true version of me, you know? And it's and it's like, I don't want to say I'm not being true. Like what you're saying is me, you know?
Of course.
Yeah. But I think like my management said, they're like, maybe we don't need to post that. I'm like, it's funny. Yeah. I want to be fucking funny. Like, it's so nothing weird, nothing serious. It's also serious and not serious at the same time.
Which is crazy because like we're literally just throwing fucking parties. It's just like we're
literally so like we're throwing fucking parties. It's fucking 808s and like parties, you guys. It's not that serious. It's whatever. But that's what the scene is. And if you want to be a professional, well, you got to play the game a little bit. You know what? I've actually seen this tactic a few times from certain artists where they play the super mysterious like role and are super like reserved, and then they pop off and then they're unhinged as fuck. I think that's gonna be me.
Who's done that?
Malp. Malp is in a whole new era, boy. Like, he was
Really?
so reserved, always so serious, always posting just like never a smile, never breaking a smile. And now he's like flipped the script and is fully posting like hilarious shit on his stories, on TikTok. I love it.
Do you think that's
But
also playing the game?
I think it could be. It could be.
Yeah.
I mean, if he had that vision for a long time, or it could also just be like he became such a caricature of himself, of this like super serious role. And maybe that's not him. And like you're seeing this new version of him where he's like being lighthearted and
Yeah.
super like fun. And that's him. And he's like, I just want to be myself, you know? And I have all the
Mm.
fan base, I have all the following, I can do whatever the fuck I want, you know?
Mm.
Um, I don't know what the truth is. That's just what I think could be possible.
Yeah.
So prepare for that day, you guys.
Few hit records down the line, and you're just gonna be doing wild shit on social media.
Yeah.
Okay, we're still back on this rebrand. So you talk to the management, and you then decide kind of how the public perceives you, right? Of like,
Yeah.
or what you want to put out.
Right.
What's next, or is that it?
That was pretty much just like we talked about collaborations and like the sound I want to go for, you know. I showed them like people I'm inspired by and like kind of like ideas of where like I would love to be playing in Europe in the next 2 years, you know, or like
Yeah.
South America. That's where I want to go. I would love that. And so just trying to like build out a vision board of like what we can do to get there. Who do we want to collaborate with, you know, who has ties into that world. It's like it's all about perception. It's crazy. And like I even
Yeah.
brought up a few collaborations and they're like maybe
Weird.
no. And it's like it's sad that it's like that sometimes because some people hit me up about collaborations that I'm like, oh, I'd fucking love to do that. And it's like, you know, I'm the artist. I can't put my foot down and be like, I'm doing this, you know?
Yeah.
But then you have the management that gives you the insight and you're supposed to trust them. And, you know, you listen to them because you do trust them. And so it's like,
Yeah.
okay, well, I guess I can't do that right now, you know, especially with such a blank slate. Everything is gonna make impact, and that's what I wanted, you know. So you
Yeah.
just have to be very careful and strategic.
We did it when I kind of left Dirty Bird and was like more moving genres into like the more techno side of things. It was
Yeah,
like there has to be a hard cut off, and that's like it's really hard because like
it's hard.
all the Dirty Bird guys were like my best friends, right? And it was like them hitting you up for collabs and you having to say no, and kind of remixes come in and gigs come in, and you're like, you literally just have to turn down everything just to be aligned.
You feel like an
Which
asshole.
yeah, but also
I do, at
it
least.
makes complete sense because it's like you're rebranding,
Yeah,
and the whole point of a rebrand is aligning with new artists and taking yourself to what makes you happy.
yeah,
That's the
exactly.
facts of all of this. It's not about I want to be the biggest in the world. It's not about I need to go chase trends. It's about what makes me happy.
Yeah, exactly. And like the goals I want to achieve and to get there, you know, you have to accomplish these things and say no to that.
Yeah.
Especially now more than ever, because I would say it's less about the music, more about the perception and the goals you've achieved and whatnot, you know, which is just wild at this point. But
Saying no is like sometimes the most powerful thing, right?
yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I've had to say no more than ever this past year than I ever had, you know?
Yeah.
Um, And I'm getting used to that because I just want to be like, yeah, yes, of course. But it's not the way.
It's so powerful to go, no, I'm worth more than that, or no, that doesn't align with me. And I think it sounds crazy, but if you say yes to everything, which happened to me like early on in my career, like during the Dirty Bird era, towards the end of it, it's like I was always the guy that could be booked last minute. I was always available. I'd always turn up. I'd always do it, if you know what I mean. And it's like, you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that, like, the last thought. You want to be the first thought. And it's like, oh, let's go get Dre, or let's go get Will.
Right.
Let's ask them first.
Yeah.
Then if they say no, we can give a better offer. We can come up with another idea. And
you have to set your standards. And it's funny as you're growing as an artist too, because sometimes like you get like the good rates, the exciting rates you're excited about, and then some come in, like a DJ's rate is never just like steady line. It's like
it's so depressing.
So to all the new DJs out there, if you think it's going to be a steady fucking rate the whole time, buckle up. But you have to make decisions sometimes when you get like a cheap rate, like, okay, well, the lineup's really good. Is this going to like, maybe I can gain new fans. I can gain like connections that I want to with these people. Like, you have to weigh your options out. And sometimes you do have to take the lower rate depending on, the good things that can come out of it.
It's really tough. I totally agree with you, but I also think there comes a point when
you just have to say no.
Yeah.
And trust me, I'm doing that more for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm definitely doing that more. But there's been a few gigs that were like a little bit under than what I wanted maybe. And it's like, I weigh my options out and I'm like, okay, like, sure. It's like, I don't do it as much anymore. It has to be something very good and the lineup on point and makes sense,
I think my things also, it's just like building relationships up with the right people, and then you want to win for everyone. Like, there's a few promoters out there that I will actually not push higher fees because they're my homies and I want all of us to win, if you know what I mean. And I know they'll look after me if I've looked after them.
Yeah, totally.
And there is a point, but then there's also there's promoters out there that never pay you what you're worth and always dangle carrots of, oh, we'll book you on this show and book you on this show, and they never do.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, actually, no, I don't need to do that. And like, to be fair, saying no for years to certain promoters have got me my biggest shows with them because they understand the value.
Right. Yeah, totally. And
it's a strange game we play.
It is a strange game.
Do you enjoy it?
I do. For the most part, I do. I would have to say the least thing I enjoy about it is the social media. It's like the fucking phone, man. It's the bane of my existence.
Do you spend much time on it, or is
my God,
is there a strategy behind it? Like,
dude, I do spend so much time on it now. It's crazy. Like when I was like a weed grower in the forest, I never like ever got on the damn phone, and it was something I was so proud of. I was like, I can't imagine being on that thing more than an hour. I'm on that thing like 5 hours now. I'm looking at TikTok trends. I'm like trying to comment on people's stuff. I'm like strategizing my content. Just the list goes on, and it just gets more intense as you like, the more success that comes, And I'm sure there's people that like, they have you can get a social media manager to do that, but that's money too,
So much money. And the thing is, it's like finding the right one.
Right. And then it's like you're trusting that person to like now put your brand out and what you like. And I don't know. I don't think I could really do that because I'm so particular. And also it's like people are like assuming that it's you, and there's something about that where I'm just like, if it's not me, it's kind of weird. But
I have
yeah.
someone that posts for me now. My assistant, she posts for me, and
Nice.
I do all the I write all the captions, I respond to all the DMs, I reply to all the comments, but because I'm running the podcast page and my personal page, it's
right.
I've got too much going on, but it's nice having somebody just to do that.
Post
but again,
it, be done.
We're planning everything ourselves, and yeah, we did have a social media team, and they were great for a period of time, and then it just kind of dwindled out, which is how things happen, right? And that's not me talking bad about them, but when things need to be, if you're paying somebody money to do something,
you want it to be good. Yeah,
you want it to be really good, and I think that's the issue with sometimes this music industry, is that we have, everybody wants to spend our money, but then aren't willing to actually deliver on what that money is getting.
It can happen like that tough. Sometimes, for sure. And then you're just at the end of it, just should have just done this myself.
which is such a negative thing, though, because I think if you work in corporate business, it's well, the whole idea is to build a big team around you to then become more successful, right?
Yeah.
It just feels very hard to scale in this industry.
Yeah. Absolutely. It is. There's a lot of tough things about this industry. So you got to really love it. The social media, sometimes it gets to my head a little bit. And then I think staying present has, I did not struggle with that. And now it's just dude, what's next? What's the next thing?
Staying present, yes. I want to dig deeper into that. Staying present in the current day, or where you're at in your career?
Both. Current day and just where I'm at in my career. It's just this career, you're always looking forward, looking what's next. It's almost hard to just sit in your own accomplishments. It's crazy. I just got my first radio plays. I was just the cover of Tech House Operator, my first Spotify, and I was just sitting in gratitude that day, just so grateful. Next morning, what's fucking next? What's next? I want to achieve my next goals. I broke my first Beatport top 10. I'm I think I'm still in it. It's been 2 weeks that my newest record up front has been number 8 or number 9. Insane, especially for me, especially on Tech House, going against the big dogs. Everyone's making Tech House. That's the hardest thing, is just sitting in your accomplishments, big or small, and trying not to project forward, being okay, well, cool, what's next?
Yeah.
It's unhealthy.
It's such an unhealthy battle that I feel a lot of us battle with and deal with. Where does it come from for you? Why do you think it's what's next? I can answer for myself, but I'll answer after.
I think because I've been doing this for a while now, that I'm I want it. I'm ready. Yeah. I'm fucking ready. I've been doing this for a minute, that I don't want to say I'm getting impatient, but it's just as I get more taste of things, I'm okay,
I need that more.
Let's go, Yeah. And so I think that's where it stems from, because it's been a steady climb for me. It's not I popped up 2 years ago and then just it's been a learning progress for me. And
I think that's healthy, though.
It is healthy. And I think about oh, well, what if I did hop on the scene and I had the success I'm having now just 2 years in? I have thought about it. I don't think I would have lasted, man. Me, I don't think I would have been ready. I didn't know my sound. I didn't truly understand who I wanted to be as an artist. It's taken me this long of growth in this industry to now finally be I know. So It's like everyone's timing is perfectly aligned for them. I believe that, you know. That's what I
Yeah,
choose to believe.
I agree. I think it's also, is there ever a level of comparing yourself to other people?
Oh, absolutely. Of course. I think it's just part of the natural progress, or it's just part of the natural process of being human, especially in this industry. And maybe there are people out there that like don't compare themselves at all, but if you don't at all, I think you're probably a guru, cuz
Yeah.
how do you not compare yourself? Like even just a little bit. Like how do you not? Um and it's something I definitely struggle with here and there. I've gotten a lot better. Like I would say like 4 years ago, it was bad for me where I'm just like, "Oh, why isn't this happening for me?" But like I
Yeah.
stopped with the why isn't it happening for me and I just changed it to okay, it's going to happen when it's right for me, you know?
Yeah.
And that's helped a lot and just knowing that like it's funny, I'd consider myself a pretty spiritual person and, like, have spiritual practices, but this industry that I put myself in makes those practices really hard for me, and I'm really the past few years have been trying to, like, tap into that and just, like, trust that, like, your timing is perfectly aligned for yourself, you know? So don't compare yourself, like, the universe has, like, a proper plan for you. And sometimes I even think about that with my Miss DRE project. I'm like, I think maybe it didn't pop off because the universe was like, girl, wait. Like
Mm.
you don't want to pop off under that project. Like let's wait. Like you have something better coming. And
Yeah.
that's I think like the DREYA V project, it's like taken me a while to get here, but like I just, you know, I have so much of a better understanding about myself and the artist I want to be. But yeah, comparisons still happen. Don't get me
Mm.
wrong. I think
Yeah,
we
they
all
don't
do it.
stop. They don't stop, but you learn to deal with it a
Y-
little better.
Yeah, absolutely. I've tried to like transmute like comparisons into like stoke for those
Yeah.
people.
Oh,
You
100%.
know,
For me, it was, it's not, I think at the early part of my career, there was some point of jealousy.
I
I
think
think
it
that's kind of
happens to all
human.
of us. It's
Yeah.
like, how
Yeah.
does it not? We all want the same thing. When you see other people, it's like there's a bit of envy and jealousy. But yeah, it's like finding a
Yeah.
way to transmute that energy into like gratitude and stoke and be like, yeah, they're fucking killing it. Like,
Totally.
I'm gonna
Totally.
get there. My time's coming. I think maybe this is too woo woo for people, but like, I think the universe praises that woo woo, like God, universe, whatever. I think that, you know,
Mm.
the energy you're putting out is what you're gonna get in. So, like, put out stoke. And then hopefully when you're killing it, people will be stoked for you too.
Yeah.
Instead of like that, like, ugh, kind of feeling.
Yeah, I just can't get with people. I can't be around people that just talk shit on other artists for being
Yeah,
successful.
no.
It just isn't for me. It's like, anybody that's successful in this industry, like, we know how, or I know how hard it is, right? So do
Oh, it's
you. I know
so
that. And
hard.
it's like, for anybody that breaks through and can go, yes, this is my full-time job, or now I'm the biggest artist since sliced bread for the moment,
Yeah,
like, that's fucking insane. Like,
absolutely. Yeah, it is so hard. You practically this day and age, I call it the modern day rock stars. You're trying to pretty
yeah.
much become a modern day rock star. Everyone wants to be a DJ. Your grandma, your cat, your uncle's all a DJ. And we
It's so
all
weird, isn't it?
yeah.
It's so weird
And
that, like, so many people want to become DJs. It just doesn't make sense to me, because it's like, in my opinion, it's like, I get it. It's the best job on the fucking planet, but it's also one of the hardest to be good at or to be successful at.
it is, and you won't make a single dime until you are like popped off.
Yeah,
You know, it's like there's no money in this until you're like pretty
massive.
well established. Yeah. And so it's like if you're doing this for like the clout or money, like go because you're
Yeah,
not going
yeah,
to
yeah.
see it for a long time until you're like well established and it takes a while to get there, you know. Um
Mm,
but yeah, it's crazy if like you're successful in this industry even if like even if you are an industry plant or are ghost produced or whatever, it is still so hard to be like
I don't think
successful.
it's easy. Yeah, I don't think really there's a such thing as industry plant as well. I just don't necessarily like.
Because you
I
still have
think
to do so much work.
so much work.
Like so much. It's crazy.
Yeah,
But
I
that's
think
a good point.
I think there's fast tracks, right?
Yeah,
There's we all know those people that have like,
definitely.
okay, they want to be a DJ, so they learn how to DJ. They to be a successful DJ, you need to make music, so you can pay somebody to go make your music for you. And
Yeah.
some of the biggest artists in the world have that, right?
Yeah.
And I think there's always this kind of shade thrown against those artists, which is weird because it's like it's the only industry in music, the only scene in music, the electronic scene, that everyone expects you to do everything yourself.
Yeah.
Whereas like you go look at the pop world, like 90% of these massive pop artists
It's
aren't
true.
writing their own records, aren't producing their
Absolutely.
own records,
Yeah.
aren't like it's all the teams behind them.
It's true. For sure.
So it's very different in this scene, and I think we're seeing it more now. Like I think the EDM era, you saw it a lot, and I think we're going into EDM 2.0 right now, and you're seeing a lot of it. And I think that's where the music falls down slightly. The quality of
Sure.
music falls down, and where people don't necessarily push it because they're not trying new shit. They're just trying to do what sells.
Right. They're just kind of copying, like so much music sounds kind of the same to me, especially in like techno and tech house. And it's definitely like everyone's taking too much inspiration from each other or using the same ghost producer or too much of the same splice samples, you know?
But again, like sometimes, again, it goes back to what we talked about playing the game with like branding and kind of what you look like and kind of all of that. It's like, well, you know what? This works really well for somebody. So like, is there a way you can take that product and regurgitate it into what it works for you? And
that's just business. You already know something works, you know? So it's like, how do I emulate that with a slightly different twist, you know? But then you have 2,000 people doing that and
well, it's just so much easier to do now, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't need synths. You literally need a laptop and headphones, right?
Dude,
you don't need anything to make music nowadays.
It's so easy to make music nowadays. It's crazy. It's like so easy. And I say that after I was like in a writer's block for 2 months. I was like,
do you struggle with writer's block? Is that a thing for you?
I did recently, like after writing my record up front. And when I say writer's block, I mean like I'm still writing a bunch of music. I just cannot be satisfied with anything. Like I'm getting ideas out. Things are happening. I'm not just like staring blankly at my computer. It's just after writing my record up front, I definitely struggled to write something else because it was the first time my like brain and the pressure got to me of being like, how the fuck do I ever write a record like that again? Like, how do I write something that good again? You know, and everything I was just writing, I was like, ugh, no. and I go back to those things I started. I was like, dude, there's this is something. There's an idea here.
It's so funny because you're literally comparing yourself
to
yourself.
to me, and you're already your own worst critic, and so you're just like fighting yourself, and you're like, you just gotta let go of that. And I think I just have come to terms that like I'm not gonna write a record just like that again, you know? And that's okay. And some artists can. They find their recipe, their like banger recipe that works for them, and they continue that. And for me, I think I can be inspired by that record, but that record is so special and unique to me, and I captured such a special moment in time that it's like I have to be okay with just letting that baby out in the world and trying to not compare myself to myself.
Well,
You know?
yeah, it's really hard, but it realistically, if you kind of break it down, you've done your rebrand, you put new music out, and the music's fucking popping off, right? And
Yeah,
realistically, you're getting everything that you wanted out of this rebrand,
totally.
right? It's working.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes when it works, we're like, fuck, I just have to keep doing that.
Yeah.
Right.
Totally.
I totally get it. And you get more offers from people, and then you're like, oh fuck, I have to please them, and I have to do that, and I have to do this. But in the crux of it, we get lost as who we are and forget that we did that ourselves. And
Totally.
if we can do one, we can do two, and we can do three, and we can do four, and we can just keep going.
Yeah, no, for sure. So
I had it with my first big record. I quit music for 6 months. I was going to open a club.
Good to know, because yeah, it happened to me. I was like, throw the towel in and I'm crashing out.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. It's a tough battle that not everyone plays, but it gets us quite a lot.
Yeah, it can happen. And it's just the funniest, cutest thing, because you're literally just fighting yourself.
Yeah.
You're like, it's literally you. That was you. Yeah. So you can do it again, but like a different version. It's just many mental.
But also, I spoke to somebody, I won't mention who, because he won't like that I've told this on.
All right.
He'll be fine, but like, he's extremely successful, especially his streaming, extremely successful. And he was like, dude, the only reason why it's so successful for me is because I just do the same formula over and over and over again. And he's like, the thing is because I just write the same record over and over again, like, yes, I get a lot of streams, and yes, that financially helps me, but I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just talking about this with my friend Hunter, because he was like, when I was struggling with this artist block, he was like, dude, just take the same formula. Take your front record, change the drums out, switch the key, and find a different vocal, maybe some different synths. And I was like, that's all great and all, but I don't want, and like having a sound is good, but I don't want my sound to be so just the same thing that it's like I can't express myself in other ways, you know? Because I like techno, I like tech house, I like house music, and there are artists that like make all those things and still are able to like create this sound for themselves, you know?
It's really interesting. Also speaking to, like what you said, speaking to Hunter, right? Like, we know how long he's been doing
ages
for years, right?
Ages.
But he's hit a formula, and as Hunter, and the formula works.
It's working.
And you know exactly what you're going to get when you're him. I guess my question, which I want to bring him on the podcast and ask, is like, how long can that last of you being happy and carrying on doing that? Like, but I also understand he's been hustling for years.
So long. Yeah, he's like, I don't
fucking. It's also like, I'll do fucking anything to make this shit like work.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, he's made it work for a long time. He had some successes.
Yeah, before. We were talking about that. Yeah, I mean, he's got the formula, and he was just talking about it to me too. He's like, they're not the same records, and you listen and you're like, yeah, they're not. But you definitely have your sound. And for me, it's just like, I come in the studio and I feel so many different things on certain days. Like, I don't want to just have the exact same formula. Like, I would like to have like my sound, but when I put different records out, maybe people are like, oh, this is like a slightly different version of her, you know? I want to have like a little more variety in my discography. for me,
Yeah.
especially because my ADHD would just not be able to handle making the same fucking recipe.
No, I
Be
get it.
like, so
Get it, totally.
yeah, it's me.
Well, dude, you've done it.
Thanks, man.
From the conversation to
We did
now,
it.
like
Yeah.
shit's. No, you did it. I did fuck all.
Yeah. Well, thank you for giving me the remix. Like, I was so honored to do that remix. That was such like a timestamp for me because, dude, I've been sending my records to you for a long time now. Like, probably when I shouldn't have, when they were pretty embarrassingly bad. I'm proud of myself for having the balls to send them to you when they were that bad. So
no, like I've always wanted to see you win, and it's just great to fucking see. So like, yeah, thanks for doing the remix. Thanks for
appreciate it.
listening.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for being a day one homie and having insight from me when I need it. So thank you.
Likewise, I'm always here.
Appreciate it.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Yep.
We've done an hour. Fuck. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
DREYA V on Instagram.
Yes, Drea V music. Yep.
Music and Drea V on Spotify and all the good shit.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Appreciate it.
Big love.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
And that's a wrap. Massive love for Drea for coming on. Love that one. Go subscribe. Go follow her as well. Go check her music out. She's great. Till next time, people.